I wanted to demonstrate for you one of the new features that we're bringing with Arctera, which is our MCP connector called Arctera AI Converge. We are taking your new existing AI workflows and building your compliance or e-discovery workflows into it. And so here in the demonstration, we'll be working with Claude, and we're going to connect Claude to your Arctera archives. We'll first look at the connectors pages that the Claude solution brings to us. And you'll see when we browse through the connectors, there are many different data sources that Claude has partnered with different organizations to be able to connect your AI to the data that you have inside of these solutions, including Arctera now. And so you can see here, I've gone ahead and connected my Arctera AI Converge connector. Now, this is a secure authenticated connection. We were forced to authenticate into our Arctera solution with a administrator login and password, but this will now give us access into the archives through the Claude AI tool. So let's go ahead and run a chat. We are a legal department or a compliance department, and we want to look for conversations between particular employees within our organization around consulting fees. So I'll go ahead inside of my Claude chat prompt here, and I'm just going to say retrieve all archived conversations between our custodian Shankman and Schweiger that mention consulting fees. And so what you'll see now is that Claude, the AI solution, as a large language model, go through our archives looking for the specific requests that we're making. And so we've now retrieved our results via the MCP connector. And you can see here that we've returned one email thread. And here is a summary of that thread. It gives us the subject line, gives us what are the three messages inside of that email, where you had the initial message, a reply, and then a final reply, essentially a conversation thread that Claude has been able to put together. And then we even get a compliance note saying that there might be some serious compliance issues that are found inside of this particular thread. So let's go with another prompt. Let's maybe look for a summary. Let's look for a summary of the conversations that are taking place around this African special handling. So we'll get ahead inside of our chat, and now we'll ask for a summary of conversations around the African special handling with references to any additional employees or outside actors that may be involved in this incident. So again, the large language model AI Claude will now go back into the archive, run a search across the archive, and bring back further information around this particular incident. So now Claude is coming back and it's giving me a summary of all the references to the particular African incident that took place inside of this organization. And so you can see here, there's a chronological thread reconstruction that's going on. It's mentioning additional things like the Lagos method and a consulting group. And then we have some additional custodians. And because in the prompt, we asked for any additional employees or outside actors, it's also identifying actors inside of these threads. So these were the two initial custodians, but now we have a consulting group, an intermediary, our guy in customs, the minister, French competitor. So additional actors being recognized across this thread. And then again, we get this compliance observation around African special handling and Q2 references. So we have a lot of data here. What we'd like to do now is ask Claude to give us a graphical representation, a timeline of the different threads that took place across this Q2 reference. So provide a graphical timeline illustration of the Q2 communications leading up to the Angola tender. So again, we'll go ahead and send Claude into our archive and do a thorough investigation of the African incident, but specifically now creating a graphical timeline or an analytical timeline that gives us an understanding of the dates and times when this incident is taking place. And here we go. Claude is now putting together a Q2 to Q3 2025 communication timeline and is illustrating it. It's showing the different custodians that are taking place, who's exchanging emails with others. These are linkable, so it would take us back to the initial data. But as this timeline continues to be populated, you can see here the different improprieties that may have taken place are put together in that timeline. And it continues to flag additional compliance issues that may have occurred. So this is just a sampling or a demo of what we can do when we're leveraging AI workflows inside of our e-discovery tools. And so this really shows that between the seamless access of data from the archive by the AI, we can really get intelligence and insight deeply into an investigation that a legal department may have, all powered through our new MCP tool, Arctera AI and Converge.